Are you curious what your home is actually worth? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down 3 ways that you can determine what your home is actually worth in today's market. Hello, my name is Johnny Jennings. I'm a real estate agent with the Made for More Realty team, and we're going to go over 3 ways to determine your home's value. Now, there's been a lot of changes in the market. People are saying, is it flattening in our local market? Is it going down? Maybe in some areas it might still be going up. So if you're getting this mixed information and you want to have accurate information, here are 3 ways that you can go about doing it. Now the first one, I call it the quick and dirty CMA, quick and dirty market analysis, if you will. And that is, you go to the major real estate portals. So we're thinking Zillow, we're thinking Redfin, we're thinking Homes.com, Realtor.com. You go across all those, figure out what they estimate your home's value to be. So if you hit 4 different portals, find the average. So divide it by 4, and then there's an estimated value for your home. So that way you're not just going solely based off Zillow, like some courts prefer to use Redfin. They prefer to use their data rather than Zillow's data. So rather than just going with one company or the other, you can average it out across however many different websites you choose, and you can get a value there. Then the second way to get it done is obviously pay for a professional appraisal. Now there's 2 different types of appraisals that you can order. One is probably what you're thinking about. It's probably what was done when you purchased the home, where somebody goes out in person, they walk around the property, they measure the rooms and make sure everything's correct, and then they base the current condition of the home, they tie that into the value of the market. So they're looking at what your home is its current condition and comparing that to other homes that have sold. And that's where the person comes in, shows up in person. The second way you can do it, and it might save you a little bit of money, but it's also less accurate, is what's called a desktop appraisal. And that is where you provide the appraisal company with some information about your property, and based off what you're telling them, that appraiser can then determine the value of the home. Now, something that we do at the Made for More Realty team is once if you wanted to sell your house, we'd come out and we would do this first thing, and that is where we provide you with a market analysis. So the market analysis is basically like an appraiser. I'm not an appraiser, but it's similar in the sense that I'm looking at the market data. I'm looking at the solds. So solds are historical. They're what happened. We're looking at pendings. That's kind of what's going on right now. And then we're looking at actives. Those are your direct competition. So if there's a house that's listed for a lot of money, but it's been sitting on the market for a long time, it's probably overpriced. And so what I can do is I can come out and provide you, or anybody on my team can provide you with that market analysis. So how our listing flow typically works and how we help our sellers is we come out, provide them with an accurate market analysis at that time, based on that information at that exact moment. And then typically people need to get the house ready. And then we keep our finger on the pulse of the market. We do beautiful photography, cutting edge photos, and we provide you with a 3D tour. And what's great about that 3D tour is it's accurate down to a 1/16 of an inch. So an appraiser can virtually walk through the property and see the current condition of the home, can scroll in and see if there's any chipped paint or any issues with the property. And so then what we do is before we go live on the market is we will actually pay for that desktop appraisal. And so that appraiser will then get the photos in the 3D tour and see what the home is worth. So in that way, before you go on the market, it's not just my opinion on what the house is worth or what somebody on my team's opinion is in terms of the value of your property, but we know what a local appraiser's opinion is as well. And you may be thinking, hey Johnny, I thought you said desktop appraisals are not the best option. They're not. Nothing beats a person going out there, live flesh, seeing, touching, smelling the house. But at least with that 3D tour and those current photos of the property, that desktop appraisal becomes that much more accurate. So if you have any questions or would like to know the value of your home, feel free to go to our website, madeformorerealty.com, and on there you can click your home's value and we can get you an opinion of value on what it is if you were to go traditional route or if you wanted to get a cash offer on your property.